Hello children, welcome back to the digital class of Pramathi Hilva Academy. I am Rakesh. In the previous class we have discussed about situation in the 20th century, birth of Weimar Republic, post World War I, political radicalism and economic crisis, the years of depression from 1924 to 1928, effects of Great Depression on Germany, Hitler's rise to power. In this session, we are going to learn about destruction of democracy, reconstruction of Germany under Hitler, the Nazi worldview, establishment of racial state, youth in Nazi Germany, the Nazi cult of motherhood, the art of propaganda, ordinary people and the crimes against humanity. How did the common people react to Nazism? Knowledge about the Holocaust. Destruction of democracy. February 1933. The fire accident in German parliament. Hitler utilized this opportunity in his favor and took the control of entire German administration under his hand. Civil rights were taken back. Hitler started to arrest his enemies, communists, and send them to concentration camps. 3rd March 1933. The Enabling Act was passed. Under this, political parties were banned other than Nazism. The Nazi party was the main party. Complete control of Nazi and Hitler started in the German. To control the people's activity, regular police and along with Gestapo, the secret police were used. Reconstruction of Germany under Hitler. To recover the economy, Hitler appointed the very famous economist Helmer Sachet. He started state-funded work creation program. Due to this, production and employment increased up to 100%. Due to the fast recovery of economy led to the establishment of the very famous world car company called as Volkswagen. Hitler announced the German withdrew from the League of Nations and seized the Rhineland. 1938, Austria and Germany marched together. Hitler gave the title One People, One Empire and One Leader. So this was a very famous statement of Hitler, and he attracted several people to join the Nazi group. Quickly, Hitler took control over Czechoslovakia. 1939, Germany attacked on Poland, and this led to the start of Second World War. 1940, Tripartite Pact. This was the triangular agreement between Germany, Italy, and Japan to face the Allied nation again. In 1941, Hitler's attack on Soviet Union. This made the biggest burden on German economy. 1942, Japan made a sudden attack on USA naval base center Pearl Harbor. This led to the enter of America in the war field and destroyed Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the two important industrial centers of Japan. Finally, in 1945, the Second World War comes to an end. Also, the end of Hitler's ruling. The Nazi worldview. According to the Nazi view, Nazi is the official religion in Germany. The entire society of Germany, there was three categories of people: Nordic German Aryans, other colored people, and Jews. Hitler's racism theory was influenced by Charles Darwin and Herbert Spencer theories. The concept of Charles Darwin was the evolution and natural selection. Herbert Spencer's survival of the fittest. Establishment of racial state. Entire Germany, people were categorized into two groups, undesirable and desirable. The pure Aryans comes under this desirable group. Other people like Jews, Gypsies, blacks, the people from Poland and Russians are kept in the category of undesirable. The most highly targeted community in Germany was the Jews. They were living in a very pathetic conditions in the German country. Also, Hitler ordered to kill educated people in Poland. Children were sent for racial test. If they pass in the racial test, their children will be given to Aryan people. If not, they were used to kill them. Youth in the Nazi Germany. Hitler wanted to change the education system in Germany. He modified the school syllabus and separated the children in the form of racial. Like other subjects, the new subject called racial science was introduced. Students taught to hate Jews from their early days. There was three types of training for the students. Up to the age of 10 years, the students has to join the group called Jungvolk. From 11 to 14 years, students they have to join Hitler's youth. The age of 18 years, They had to serve in labor service, which was the mainstream of German army. The Nazi cult of motherhood. Children in Nazi Germany were repeatedly told that women were radically different from men, while boys were taught to be aggressive, masculine, and steel-hearted. Girls were told that they had to become good mothers and rear pure-blooded Aryan children. Girls had to maintain the purity of the race, distance themselves from Jews, look after the home, and teach their children the Nazi values. They have to be the bearers of Aryan's culture and race. Women who bore racially undesirable children were punished, and those who produced racially desirable children were awarded. They were given favored treatment in hospitals and were also entitled concessions in shops and on theatre tickets and railway prices. To encourage women to give more children, honor crosses were awarded. A bronze crosses was given for 4 children, silver for 6, and gold for 8 or more children. All Aryan women who deviated from the prescribed code of conduct were publicly condemned and severely punished. The art of propaganda. The Nazi regime used language and media with so care and often great effect. The words of Nazi was carefully utilized. Nazi never used the term kill or murder in their official communications. Mass killings were termed as special treatment, final solution, euthanasia, and selection and disinfections. Even media was carefully used to win the support for the people. Nazi ideas were spread through visual images, films, radio, posters, and catchy slogans. Here, in many plays, articles, the Jewish community were highly targeted. The Nazis made equal efforts to appeal to all the different sections of the population. They sought to win their support by suggesting that Nazi alone could solve all their problems. Ordinary people and the crimes against humanity. How did the common people react to Nazism? Many saw the world through Nazi eyes and spoke their mind in their Nazi language. They felt hatred and anger towards the Jews. Even the other people of Germany marked the houses of Jews and reported suspicious activities of their neighbors. They genuinely believed Nazism would bring prosperity and improve their conditions. But not every German was a Nazi. Many organized active resistance against Nazism, but they were too scared to react or to protest against the Nazi commanders. Seeing this situation of Jewish community in Germany, an author called Charlotte Barrett secretly recorded people's dream in her diary and later published them in a book called Third Reich of Dream. She describes how Jews themselves began believe in the Nazi stereotypes about them. She says that Jews are really not happy with their own themselves. The stereotypical images published in the Nazi newspapers haunted the Jews. They troubled them even in their dreams. Many deaths even before they reached the gas chamber. Knowledge about the Holocaust. The situation of the Jews in Germany was not known to the world until the end of Second World War. It was only after the war ended and Germany was defeated that the world came to realize the horrors of what had happened to the Jews. The Jews wanted the world to remember the atrocities and sufferings they had faced during the Nazi ruling. Nazi killing operations, also called the Holocaust. People started to preserve the documents can be seen in many ghetto and camp inhabitants who wrote diaries, kept notebooks and created archives. On the other hand, when the war seemed to be lost, the Nazi commanders ordered to destroy these archives by supplying the petrol. Thus, after 1945, the end of Nazi culture in entire Germany. Later, Germany shifted towards the democratic nations. So children, let us recall what we have learned today. In this session, we have discussed about destruction of democracy, reconstruction of Germany under Hitler, the Nazi worldview, establishment of racial state, youth in Nazi Germany, the Nazi cult of motherhood, the art of propaganda, ordinary people and the crimes against humanity. How did the common people react to Nazism? Knowledge about the Holocaust. So see you soon. Have a great day. Thank you.